Ladies and gentlemen, they want to impeach President Trump. I'm just going to read you Cory Booker, Senator. Robert Mueller's statement makes it clear Congress has a legal and moral obligation to begin impeachment proceedings immediately. Senator Kamala Harris, what Robert Mueller basically did was return an impeachment referral. Now it is up to Congress to hold this president accountable. We need to start impeachment proceedings. It is our constitutional obligation. CNN, Professor, Dems need to impeach Trump to win 2020. CNN, Mueller heaps impeachment pressure on Pelosi. The Democratic Party is so insidious. They would impeach a president that they went after and utilized a fabricated investigation against. They literally utilized evidence, quote-unquote evidence, purchased by Hillary Clinton. Madam Cyberhack, the Golden Mumu, outsourced Fusion GPS and Christopher Steele to obtain a dossier full of salacious gossip and nonsense, where Andrew McCabe and Peter Strzok and James Comey and all of them utilize this gossip and nonsense. The information is even classified. They utilized all of this to get a FISA warrant, deceive a judge, by the way, by not telling the judges that Hillary, Madam Cyberhack Clinton, purchased the dossier. And then, of course, the rebuttal is, well, it didn't start with the dossier purchased by Clinton, as if they would allow a dossier purchased by Trump to serve as part of the basis to investigate Clinton. They would never allow that. If what was done to them, if what they did to Trump was done to them, oh my God, they would never allow it for 1 second. Only Trump voters on the Mueller team, an FBI agent says, we will stop Clinton. But the rebuttal is, well, it started with Alexander Downer. Yeah, so what? Why hasn't Congress spoken to Downer? Why hasn't he appeared to testify before Congress? How do we know he was even telling the truth? And we know from George Papadopoulos that he and everyone else were never indicted on anything to do with collusion. So the whole thing's nonsense. They started an investigation because the Australian diplomat said that somebody in the Trump campaign knew of the DNC hack. What? That's why you start an investigation? Oh, well, it wasn't only that. It was supposed to, he knew from a guy named Joseph Mifsud. He's a professor. The professor at Gilligan's Island had more of a contact, more of a direct link to Putin than Mifsud does, who's linked to the State Department. Every foundation of this nonsensical, irrational probe is linked to Clinton in some way. Alexander Downer is linked to the Clinton Foundation, $88 million of taxpayer money from Australia. He was said to have been very influential in obtaining that money for the Clinton Foundation. So, I mean, there's nothing they had on Trump. Oh, well, they were tipped off by British intelligence. This cloak and dagger nonsense is like catnip for disgruntled, pathetic, angry liberal voters. Oh my God, our democracy was interfered with. No, the DNC is not our democracy. So they're the only, and if anything, it's the antithesis of democracy. They cheated Bernie Sanders, and they blamed Russia for informing the country that Bernie was cheated. But this is all, what kind of political party fabricates probes, utilizes the United States government to engage in just this egregious, unethical, unlawful assault on a duly elected president? And then, when they have even more egg on their face, they found nothing. For 2 years, they have found nothing. And, every day, oh my God, the shoe is about to drop. Oh my God, Trump might not even make it his first term. He might be indicted and walked out in handcuffs. They find nothing. The Mueller report and the Mueller team finds nothing. The report is nothing. Oh, well, he did a lot of bad things. Well, then indict him. Well, we can't indict him. Just yesterday, Mueller is goes on this rant that makes no sense at all. Well, he starts every word with a H, a sound to be. He sounds so governmental and honest and salt of the earth. And he was just, we didn't clear President Trump. We didn't clear him of any wrongdoing or crimes. It's not for you to clear anyone. It's not. I don't go to bed at night. I hope Americans don't think of Robert Mueller every day. I hope I make it through the day and make Mueller proud. He doesn't have to clear Trump. He has to. If there's evidence of a crime, he indicts. Why was Bill Clinton charged with obstruction of justice and perjury? The House, back in the 90s, charged Clinton with obstruction and perjury and lying under oath. Why don't they do that with Trump? Maybe because they have nothing on Trump. Maybe because there is no evidence. He didn't obstruct justice. He didn't. There was nothing to obstruct, first of all, and second of all, they obtained every single thing they wanted to. And they found nothing, and now they're going to impeach him. I think they're going to impeach him. They have to impeach him. Because there's nothing that they're going to run. Look, Clinton is running again. Okay? Hillary Clinton is running again. I think I might be the only person who's been on YouTube saying this now, and maybe there's somebody else, but I'm the only person saying this since 2017. And I've been saying this, all of this, the Steele dossier, CrowdStrike, the Mueller probe, the media hysteria, and this hysterical, nonsense, irrational quest to just to paint Trump into this monster. Everything's magnified. The Helsinki summit, oh my God. People don't care that you say the DNC was hacked. Nobody cares. You think the average American cares that the DNC was allegedly hacked to inform the country that Bernie Sanders was cheated? Who does this benefit? Madam Cyberhack, Clinton. If there are journalists out there, oh my God, that journalist is so great. He's been calling out the Russia probe. Well, if he or she didn't say the words Madam Cyberhack or the Golden Muumuu or Hillary Clinton, then you're really not addressing the heart of the matter. Who benefits from all of this? Who benefits from impeachment? Oh, well, you see, Bill Clinton was impeached and so was Trump. Well, Hillary Clinton had a criminal investigation, so did Trump. But they fabricated everything. This impeachment, they're going to impeach. I'm not certain, but it looks almost certain that they're going to impeach the president. After they fabricated and tried to oust him. They are ruthless. They are absolutely, this is insidious. This is beyond, there's no decency. They have no shame. They have no decency. And that's where we're at as a country. And they don't see it because they're obsessed with his personality. They are absolutely obsessed with Trump's personality. Trump's personality has altered their brains. They don't know what to do with themselves. And they don't realize that they have no more credibility. So when you see like Chris Cuomo or Lemon on CNN or any of them, it's like they're so arrogant and confident and It's like they actually found evidence of Trump working with Russia. It's like Clinton actually did win. I mean, they're in an alternate world. They whenever you turn on CNN, it's like they're in this alternate reality where, they have Trump on the ropes. It's like, no, it's the other way around, actually. Peter Strzok, Comey, Clapper, Brennan, all of them. You have John Durham now. You have William Barr. You have a repeat of 2016 where everyone around Clinton this time is going to be investigated. Very likely almost certainly there are probes investigating Clinton's emails, servers within the DOJ right now, and the FBI with the Clinton Foundation. You have numerous investigations. You have dueling investigations. And at the heart of the matter was SAP intelligence, Special Access Program intelligence, on servers outside of the United States government. Hillary Clinton had those. Madam Cyberhack had those. But, it's like they don't want to address the biggest issue, which is actual criminal activity with Clinton and the fabrication, just making up a crime with Trump. Oh, well, there was Facebook ads. The Russians bought Facebook ads. So what? How many votes were altered? You have no evidence of anything. It's like the government, fine, we need the government. You don't have to make it up, make things up. Even the establishment Republicans are like, yeah, we just have to protect this country. It's like, the establishment Republicans are just as foolish as the Democrats. And then you have people who are actually defending Trump, and those people get it. But here, let's just read this. Professor, this is interesting. Professor Allan Lichtman, who correctly predicted the last 9 presidential elections, say Democrats will only have a chance at winning in 2020 if they impeach President Trump. I see where he's going. Let's see where the rationale comes from. So, Allan Lichtman doesn't mind swinging against the political tide. Neither does H.A. Goodman. Lichtman, a professor at American University in Washington, D.C., was the most prominent voice predicting Donald Trump's victory in the run-up 2016 election. When Trump won, it marked the 9th straight presidential election where Lichtman had correctly predicted the Electoral College winner. In short, Lichtman is someone the political world should listen to. Okay, here's what he told me. Trump wins again in 2020 unless 6 of 13 factors turn against him. I have no final verdict yet because much could change during the next year. Currently, the president is down only 3 keys: Republican losses in the midterm elections, the lack of foreign policy success, and president's limited appeal to voters. Down only 3 keys? I think foreign policy success, even with what's going on with North Korea and South Korea, at least you have the beginning of détente. Lichtman prediction, so let me, if I'm reading this right. Lichtman's prediction system is based on 13 true-false statements about the party that holds. If six or more of the statements are false, the incumbent loses. If less than 6 are false, the incumbent wins. Simple. Oh, he's down only 3 keys. So all of this, and this is like also subject to interpretation. So party mandate, contest incumbency, third party short-term economy, long-term economy, policy change, social unrest, incumbent charisma, challenger charisma, which brings me to the intriguing outside-the-box suggestion from conversation with Lichtman. He believes Democrats in the House not only should be pushing to impeach Trump, but they may need to in order to win for their nominee to win in 2020. Again, here's Lichtman. Democrats are fundamentally wrong about the politics of impeachment and their prospects for victory in 2020. An impeachment and subsequent trial, the Senate would never allow that. The Senate would never allow an impeachment to take place, and they would protect the president's Republican Senate. An impeachment and subsequent trial would cost the president a crucial fourth key, the scandal key, just as it cost Democrats that key in 2000. The indictment and trial would also expose him to dropping another key by encouraging a serious challenge to his nomination. Renomination, I don't think so. Other potential negative keys include the emergence of a charismatic Democratic challenger. No, that ain't happening. A significant third-party challenge, maybe on the left. A foreign policy disaster. We haven't had one yet, not like Libya or the litany of policy disasters when Democrats are in power, or an election year recession. I don't think that's going to happen. Without impeachment, however, Democrats' prospects are grim. Yes. Which is very counter to the conventional wisdom on impeachment espoused by Speaker Nancy Pelosi and other prominent Democrats. Well, what wisdom do they have? They cheated Bernie Sanders. Look what that got them. Blaming Russia for everything. So it's interesting. It's like, let me just read this again. This is interesting. So the guy who predicted the last 9 presidential elections is basically like, yeah, that's Democrats don't have a chance. But that's not going to stop Madam Cyberhack. She's running again. I'm not going to go with Biden. This whole thing is about Clinton. All of it. But let's see if I'm reading this correctly. Currently, the president is down only 3 keys. Okay. He has to have 13, unless 6 of 13. Sorry, okay, so the Republicans' losses in the midterm elections, yeah, but they kept the Senate. Okay, fine. The lack of a foreign policy success. I mean, the beginning of peace between North and South Korea is a success. It's just, if that took place under President Obama, you would have, Moon Jae-in said this is in Reuters, that Trump should win the Nobel Peace Prize. And the president's limited appeal to voters. Well, that's subjective. Limited appeal to voters? And who has a greater appeal? Biden? I don't understand that, but whatever. The guy is obviously awesome. So this professor is awesome. And he's been right 9 straight times, and he says Trump's going to win. I think the issue of scandal is the only Democratic representative. Trump can be impeached for his racism. Oh, really? Well, what about Clinton? Should she be nominated for hers? I mean, it's like it's unbelievable. They will nominate again a person who referred to black youth, and this is Clinton, as super predators, who should be brought to heel, who lack empathy. But let's not talk about Clinton's, her stellar history on race, where she spread a photo of Obama, in African attire, where David Plouffe in The Guardian said it was the most offensive and shameful fear-mongering of either side in the election. Then she brought up RFK. It's like, what? Why are you doing that? Then she, in a joke, because of course Democrats can make jokes, Republicans can't, called Mahatma Gandhi, yeah, this is Clinton, Madam Cyberhack who said this, a gas station attendant. So please pontificate about Trump's racism. He said one thing that you didn't like, that even I didn't like, regarding immigration in 2015 when he first ran. One thing. And they've been running with it ever since. And then he didn't even say what they attributed, find people on both sides. He never even stated that. He never stated that Tiki Torch people were fine. That's in the warped minds filled with neuroses of Democrats and liberals and a great many progressives, too. I don't even know if I don't even know if there's... Where's the Medicare for All bill? They own the House. What are they doing? I thought they were supposed to abolish ICE. I thought they were supposed to... at this point right now, if you listen to them, Trump should have vetoed a Medicare for All bill, an abolish ICE bill, a $15 minimum wage bill nationally. What else? Oh, Green New Deal legislation, not some absurd resolution that everyone mocks and eviscerates. Even the AFL-CIO is against it. And if you read my Federalist article below, you will see that electric car vehicle batteries rely on cobalt, and cobalt is found in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, the majority of the world's cobalt, and it's linked to devastating political and environmental disasters, where people are losing their lives mining cobalt. Indigenous communities that AOC claims to care about. They're so... Look, when they lose to Trump, they will lose their minds completely. And it's going to be a beautiful thing to see. It's almost like there's this, like, you and I, like, view him in a way, like, almost like this kind of political superhero at this moment. Now, I don't like what he did. I am opposed to sending Americans 1,500 to the Middle East. I am opposed to that 100%. But at least it's not Libya under Obama destroying and turning a country into a failed state. And at least it's not the deployments of President Obama's tenure, and especially not of Bush, the worst president we've ever had. President Obama will not be seen as one of the great presidents we've had. If anything, he'll be one of the... he won't be seen as a great president. He'll be seen as one of the more corrupt presidencies, especially when the United States finally gets exactly how Clinton was able to transfer top secret intelligence outside of the United States government onto her in her basement at her home. That's not only bizarre, it's highly illegal, and it's extremely dangerous and detrimental to national security. But anyway, when he wins again, it's going to be like they're not going to know what to do with themselves. They have nothing left but impeachment. So they're going to impeach the president. Based on what? Who knows? Then you're going to see Lindsey Graham, and you're going to see Chuck Grassley, and you're going to see Republicans go to bat for the president. It's actually going to hurt them. It's going to hurt them. And impeachment, even with Clinton lying, his poll numbers went up. So, only the Democrats would fabricate and leak information to the media and set up Trump and frame people around him and do so with a complete lack of evidence. And it's like, and then turn around and say, well, we're going to impeach you. It's like, what? What are you talking about? Well, you know the 2 years of an investigation where we found absolutely, positively nothing? And you know what? While we found nothing, we didn't like your attitude. It's like, yeah, okay. What did you want me to do? Say, thank you, may I have another? This is fantastic. Please go ahead and indict people on process crimes. We know what you're doing. He fought back. Oh my God, he obstructed justice. No, he didn't. But anyway, they found nothing. They didn't indict Trump. And then Mueller the other day, the fabulous Mueller, is like, this was a long-standing policy of the Department of Justice. Well, then why did you even investigate? Why did these imbeciles even investigate? What were they going to do? Write a really mean report and then impeach based on this report where he's a really bad guy, Trump? They already hated him. We didn't need... The ODNI and DHS reports come with warranty disclaimers. Zero certainty. Absolutely zero certainty. And I explained in my Federalist articles below, zero certainty. They found nothing. They're going to impeach because they found nothing. That's what really it comes down to, ladies and gentlemen. So, that's what it comes down to. They will impeach simply because they have the media, and they've spun an embarrassing report into, well, he was a really bad guy, and he obstructed justice, and so there's something that has to be there. It's like, even like, what did Bill Maher say? He's like, well, I don't need to read the report. I have a TV. Now, that's the problem. You have a TV. The media is entirely beholden to the Democratic Party. Clinton is going to run again. She's running again. She's in the news every single day. I stated in 2017 in the Huffington Post, she's going to run again. And when she runs again, it's going to not only vindicate everything I've said for like 4 years now, 3.5 years, but it's going to expedite the complete and utter... Well, it's going to be the end of a very insidious, corrupt political party, which will be fantastic. You need that because there are millions and millions and millions of people who believe that Russia stole the election. And they believe this based on not only a lack of evidence, but they believe this because they've been told. They have allowed any semblance of logic and reason to just... They've given it up to Madam Cyberhack, the Golden Muumuu. They say, here, have our logic and reason and just, protect us from the mean Trump. They're not going to go with Biden or anyone else. Clinton's running again. And impeachment, just like the Mueller probe, just like the investigation, Crossfire Hurricane, and the mid-year investigation that exonerated her by covering up all her crimes, that's all going to just be part of the re-election campaign. That's all they did. That's all they've done for the past, since she lost. It's been one giant re-election campaign. And we'll see that when she runs again. She has until November. Trump decided to run in June of 2015. Bubba Bill decided to run in October of 1991 for 92. So she has time. She has time. Maybe she might wait until after impeachment. So, in fact, if you're Clinton, maybe you do wait until after impeachment. I don't see anything. They're not running on legislation. They don't have legislation to run because their legislation. They're said to be the party of ideas. Yeah, right. They're not. Even they don't believe their ideas are feasible. That's why they have a dumb resolution. They were supposed to have legislation. If the sky is falling, don't you want legislation to fix things now? You mean there's nothing you can do now in terms of the green? Climate change, Green New Deal, nothing. You have to have, ban, cow, and air travel and everything else. It's such a scam. They deceive voters, and they utilize the media to paint a picture that's not reality. That's why, even though I'm long-winded, I hope, because when I speak to you, it's like this therapy session for me. Live chats, uploads, and I hope that is the same way for you. And I've been told that it is by a great many people. But from here on out until 2020, they're going to impeach Trump. Clinton's going to run again. They're going to turn every Trump voter and President Trump into the worst thing ever. Before they called Trump voters deplorable, I was on the left. Who knows what they're going to call Trump voters. Who knows what they're going to call all of us by the time 2020 rolls around. I mean, they just can't stop making everything morally relative for Clinton. They have to. She can't run on her own. You can't. I mean, it's like a horrendous record. A personality of like nails on a chalkboard. I mean, you have to make everything morally relative. And you have to just break the willpower of the average citizen and say, fine, we'll vote for you, fine. My God. Give me your thoughts below. If you want to support my voice long term, my Patreon is below in the pinned comment. Your support is greatly appreciated. My Federalist articles, my Daily Caller, my Jerusalem Post articles below in the pinned comment. Please go ahead and share them. Thank you.